And welcome to another episode of the Don't Argue with the Facts podcast. I'm your host, Noah Love, and today we're going to be we're going to be recapping quickly because the games start here at 12:15. The first four. Uh, yeah, we're going to be recapping the first four. Miami of Ohio versus SMU and Texas versus NC State. We're on limited time here, so let's just get straight into it. Miami of Ohio versus SMU. Yes, we'll start on Wednesday. Miami of Ohio beats SMU by 10 to advance to the round of 64, where they will take on the 6 seed Tennessee in the Midwest region. Just clear my voice because breaking news, everybody. A now 32-1 basketball team is good at basketball. Shocker. 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 I don't know why SMU was favored by so much. Miami of Ohio, if you have watched their games all year, what they did was nothing new. And what's actually was actually very good about this game where they played against SMU. We could talk about the shooting and the passing, and just you got different guys getting three from everywhere. You're getting points off your bench. Their best player, or at least their best guard, you can make the argument, Suter, MAC Player of the Year, only had 7 points. He had 4 fouls. He has 7, 7, and 6. So he had his impact in the games in other areas, but from a scoring aspect, they only scored 7, and they still put up dang almost 90 points. A topic of discussion for SMU is BJ Edwards. People thought he was going to be back. Maybe that's why they put them in the tournament. I guess SMU lied and obviously didn't play. And you saw him being missed, but it's not about SMU. It's about Miami of Ohio. Again, I said it. I don't know how you keep this team out the tournament. They're so good. You saw it on a national stage. The ability to pass. Scowjack. Just pulling up for three when there's 25 seconds left on the shot clock. Byers. It seemed like every three he put up at times went in. Elmer was unconscious. They had dudes shooting from the parking lot. They were shooting that thing. 16 of 41 from three. Look, in terms of the threes, they gonna get them up. And a lot of the looks that they got were good, I thought, early on. Maybe there was a couple that, okay, weren't great, but there were some ones that were good early on. That they did hit, but the 5 out, I've been saying it all year, their ability to spread you out with the 5 out system and make the three and move the ball, and they play with such a quick pace. Like, that is tough to stop in the NCAA. And when they got rolling, I know there was a point there where SMU made a run where he took the lead, but then Miami of Ohio got right back, went on a run. They got up 9, and they never relinquished the lead from there on. I know people are going to be talking about the rebounding. When in terms of the size, SMU had the size advantage. They didn't rebound. They were tied in terms of rebounds. So if you're Miami of Ohio, you'll take that. You'll take that 100%. I thought early on in the game they were getting some offensive rebounds, but SMU didn't just pound them inside. I thought Travis Steele had a great game plan in terms of the bigs. Okay, if they get here, we're gonna come double. We're gonna come double. We're gonna force them out to double. I also thought Miami of Ohio on the offensive end did a great job of attacking, of getting in the lane and attacking. Whether and by me attacking, like not getting in the lane and shooting every time, but drive. Sometimes getting in the lane, shooting a jumper, or getting in the lane, drawing a foul inside, or getting in the lane, kicking to a 3-point shooter. Those diagonal passes that they were throwing throughout the game. This team is fun. Mid major basketball, America. That was fun. That was such a big win for college basketball last night. A mid major powerhouse. I was telling my friend this. I said this game's gonna be interesting because then now we're gonna get to see if there is really as big of a gap as people are making it out between the power conferences and the mid majors in the new age of NIL and all that. A mid major power beat and handled the 11th place team in the ACC, which seems to be so much better conference by double figures. This was not, people are going to be like, upset. This wasn't an upset. Miami of Ohio was better. I still don't think they should have even had to play the first four, but the committee, I guess, said, hey, Miami of Ohio, if you're you say you're as good as other people say you are, as you think you are, play into the tournament. And that's what they did. They shouldn't have had to because 31 won, but okay. They said bet. And they won this and they won the game. And they won the game. I think they're gonna give Tennessee a run for their money. The one thing that will concern me in that game, obviously, are the bigs. For them, I do think Akpara, unlike the SMU bigs, are going to could cause issues because he's relentless on the glass, man. So he could cause an issue. I have Miami of Ohio to Sweet 16 in my bracket, so because I really believe in this team. But that's a game that they can win. I'm gonna tell you this: Tennessee doesn't want to get in a track meet because if they get in a track meet, Miami of Ohio, that's where they want to be, and that's where Miami of Ohio, they'll win that game if that's where they want to be. If Tennessee gets it into more of a slugfest, I would like that for the Vols. But I just think, and again, you can't let, like, defensively, you cannot let Miami of Ohio get hot. Because here's the thing, it seems like once one gets hot, everybody else starts to feel it as well. Jack hit a couple early, right? Then Elmer got really hot, and then here comes Byers, here comes Atlason, here comes Jack again. Kirby now. They're such a tough guard because it's like pace and space in a way. They're such a tough guard because they're guards. Obviously, they can beat you off the dribble, but it helps when you trust in each other and you know how to play the game of basketball. Like, even when there's a mismatch on the block, they'll get it to the block. But okay, you want to come double? You want to come double? Okay. Three. Oh, okay, you want to close out? I'll drive in the lane. I'll take a mid range. Oh, you want to come help from the corner? Bet. Let me throw this ball to the corner for three. Like, the way they play basketball maybe is the way you should play. Ball movement, body movement. And in that 5-out system, I said in Miami of Ohio is such a tough guard, especially for SMU when you got those bigs, and those bigs don't guard out on the floor, they can pull you out. Miami of Ohio is going to the round 6 play Tennessee, and I think they're going to give Tennessee a heck of a run here for their money. SMU, obviously your season's done. The way you have been playing down the stretch, ACC's 0-2 so far. We'll get to NC State, Texas in a second, but SMU, the way you have been playing down the stretch, have been playing well. And look, you got beat. I thought in the game, Miami of Ohio just controlled the game for the most part. When you only hit 5 threes, I think it was just a bad matchup from a schematics standpoint. Like, if you look at the volumes of the three, like, look at the twos. If you look at the volume of threes, I mean, Miami of Ohio took 41 threes, SMU took 21. Like, they took 21 threes and they only hit five. It was bad early on. I put it out on my Twitter. I said, if SMU can't consistently make threes, they'll be in for a long night. And they were. So, yeah, I think getting back to the NCAA tournament is good. Still looking for that elusive NCAA tournament win. Will be first in 40 years, but first tournament win for Miami of Ohio since Wally Zerbiak 1999. Gotta give him a lot of credit there. Shout out Prairie View. They beat Lehigh. Prairie View guarded very well in the game. They beat Lehigh. They now go on Friday to take on, I believe to take on Florida. It just that's a tough matchup. That's a tough matchup. Now going backwards to Tuesday, Texas and NC State. The Horns in the round of 64. Tremont Mark Onions. They beat NC State 68-66. They play today actually, I think 7:30. And they're going to be on the West Coast because they're in the West region. They will take on BYU and AJ DeBonsta. Not the prettiest basketball game. It's not prettiest, but you found a way to win. Voki Titus had 15 and 8. I thought he was really good. Swain, I actually thought TCU did. I actually thought TCU defended well at times. I did. I also thought the same thing for NC State, and that's a part of the reason why the field goal percentage was struggling. But look, in March when you're missing free throws late in the game, in NC State they got kind of hot, hit a couple threes, but Tremont Mark hit two big shots in a row, and that sends you to the round of 64. Sean Miller, last year at Xavier, in this first four game, they beat Texas in a very entertaining game to go and win. Uh, and now, at Texas a year later, the team he beat, he wins in the round of 64 game. Just very poetic. Very, very poetic. Now they're going to face a BYU team that they've been playing without Richie Saunders, but the Bonsta is always a load to handle. I think that they're going to, I do think that they find a way, in my opinion, to give BYU trouble. I picked BYU to win the game because I just think I think it's just at a point. He's going to be the best player on the floor, I think. I think there are going to be times where Texas is guarding him and he's just going to make a I'm better than you bucket. And it's like, it's hard to argue with that. But yeah, I like BYU to take, but Sean Miller in year one, getting Texas obviously in the tournament, getting them actually to round 64 this time, really good. NC State ended very rough. That's why they were even in this first four game the way they ended. Uh Look, props to Texas. Great win against the Wolfpack, and we'll see. Maybe Texas could upset BYU today. I don't think they will, but also shout out to Howard. HBCUs are 2-0 in the NCAA tournament. Howard just outlast UMBC. Howard will go to take on Michigan. Just gonna leave that there. Yeah. But this has been an episode of the Don't Argue with the Facts podcast. Quick episode. We were up against the time. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. And until the next time, enjoy the madness. I'll be back on here either on Thursday night or Friday night, recapping the games in the first round. All right, see you guys.